the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How good is that?
You went on a date with somebody who pretended to be someone else completely.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, maybe you didn't even get to the date, but you're at a bar or you're out and about and you're mingling, and somebody told you that they were something far more impressive
Than they actually were.
Well, but in saying that, you don't need to make up stories. I think, let's be honest, the best thing you can be is yourself.
That's boring.
Oh,
I was
that
out
is
one
so
time when
No,
I was...
it's not, Fitzy.
I was overseas.
Stick with me here.
No, it's not. That's really boring. I was overseas and I was single at the time with a mate, and he went over to a group of girls.
I couldn't believe
What, that he was single?
No, that I was with a mate overseas. And he sold in the fact...
Whipper called him a mate.
Yeah.
The mate called him something
Called him
else
something
entirely.
and he sold into a group of girls that I was like Steve Irwin, but I instead ran a dolphin sanctuary for baby dolphins and looked after wildlife.
Which country were you in?
We're in the US, and it worked a treat.
And they thought you were a dolphin wrangler.
Yes,
Or-
that's exactly right, Jess.
Maybe, does it confuse? And he just was saying that you acted like a dolphin, one of
No.
those really pesty dolphins that
no,
do
I
things to
wasn't.
other dolphins that they shouldn't.
No, I wasn't one of those pesty dolphins.
Is it okay to put up a photo of yourself 10 years earlier?
Nope.
I think it is if it's a mistake and you haven't got around to updating your photo.
Oh, come on. There's other radio shows around here that used... Remember they used photos from... God, we're talking
my
15
God.
to 20 years ago.
That's ridiculous when you see those pictures.
Well, but see, in a dating profile, there's always one photo in your photos on your phone that you really rate yourself.
Yeah.
Like you go, geez, the light's really good on that
Yeah,
one.
look hot.
You know what? Who cares if it's 2004?
Oh, I know.
I'm putting it up.
Yeah, I mean, I might
putting
be
it up.
fat with a red face now, but it doesn't matter.
And it's always the photo. You know when your friend thinks that they look good in a photo?
Yeah.
Because quite often you've taken it on your phone and they keep messaging you to send it to
Do you know what's even worse?
Like, you know those photos we took down in front of the, the Story Bridge
Yeah.
or the Harbour Bridge or something?
Can you flick that through to me?
Could you send it? And then when you don't, they're like, hey, can you send that photo?
Just a reminder. Hey, what about when you see people on Instagram and they have like a smile that they only do for Instagram? There was a girl that used to work here. She did this thing with her face, which looked nothing like her, and it looked better than she actually does in real life. So she'd mastered what her look was, and then you would only see it on Instagram because to talk to her, she looked nothing like that. You're basically putting a mask on.
No, can I get this right? If you Google certain celebrities on red carpets, you know that there is a position that they go to. And I'd love to ask you, Kate, do you sort of turn to the left a little bit? Where do you put the front foot forward? What do you do if there's one shot that you need to do?
I mean, look, Fitzy, you know that...
It's the walk forward, isn't it?
I mean, I look great from every angle, particularly below. No, I mean from there.
Oh.
A funny story, actually. When I went to the Matildas just before Christmas, not the Matildas, but we went to Parramatta Stadium, and Tommy, you got to help me out here because you came.
Was there.
Caitlin Ford was there, Mackenzie Arnold, and Alana Kennedy, right? And so when I listen to this. When I queued up to get my photos and autographs from the girls,
amazing,
I did have a 9-year-old with me at the time. When I got to Alana Kennedy, I mean, just time flew, and I forgot why I was even there, and we were just chit-chatting and stuff, and then we decided to have a photo.
Mates, yeah.
And you can tell when someone you're having a photo with, you can tell when their best side is the same side as your side. Because you do this like a do-si-do round your partner. Like everyone.
You danced around to your side?
No, what I mean is everyone thinks they're being really subtle, like shimmying their way to their side.
Yeah.
And she said to me, I got to go on this side, darling. Babe, I think she probably called me. I got to go on this side, babe. My left side's my best side. And I said, well, that's my good side too. I said, but that's okay. You can have it. it. Oh,
you have your best
so check out
side.
the photos. I think they're probably on our Instagram.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
My mum and dad went to a wedding in India a while ago. It's like a week-long celebration. Like an Indian wedding is what I would have loved to have had, because when it starts, it goes and it goes and it goes.
It's like a festival of the people involved, isn't it?
Especially if you're settling in for 3 days and you are marrying into India's richest family.
That stresses me out. 3 days
Yeah, I
of
know.
festivities. Imagine getting yourself ready for 3
Mate,
days,
It's
Kate.
just like Coachella, mate.
Oh, it's
you
so
know
true.
what? You're right. But
What
see,
do- what do
I
you
wear the
say?
same. I wear the same outfit on the first day as I do on the third day.
I'm worried about a lunch that rolls into dinner today, as I should be. Anyway, the wife, her name is Annette Ambrini, and
You can try harder than that.
Annette Ambrini.
Is this the one where Rihanna performed?
Well, this is the big one, yeah, because they had, has this included in the 1,500 guest fits, you're spot on, Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Ivanka Trump, she was there as well.
Oh,
And
representing the Trumps.
representing
Great
the Trumps.
representation.
I think
yeah.
Barron was busy.
Do you know what? Did someone put... They put up a photo the other day. Barron's 6'8".
Yeah, he's a beast.
Is he the
Absolute.
child?
Yeah, Barron's
And where's he from? Is he Romanian? Is the mother, is she Romanian, Tommy? Someone's saying, get a ball in his hand. That guy could be a beast on the basketball court.
Really? Let's do some Barron research, please,
Well,
Tom.
yeah, Barron is Donald and Melania's son.
Oh, Melania.
And Melania's from...
I
Yeah.
thought she was
Melania, she is, of course,
from
absolutely.
Canberra.
She's from Canberra.
How quick's the
She's-
Wi-Fi working, Tommy?
She's from Slovenia,
Yeah, my
guys.
favourite, Slovenia.
Yeah.
He would be an amazing
Yeah.
rebounder under the ring.
Get him under the ring. So, what I love about this is Annette Arimbi, she got up to
The
make...
bride.
The bride. Let's go with
Say
the bride.
The bride, mate.
The bride, she got up to say a couple of words.
Okay.
Now, we all know the pressure of a wedding speech, especially if you're marrying into this family and you've got 1,500 guests of high-profile individuals. And the thing is, she didn't exactly write it herself. So she's...
Melania Trump
No.
plagiarised it.
No,
for her, did she?
she's got a favourite movie called Shall We Dance, featuring Susan Sarandon and Richard Gere.
Beautiful movie.
That recent one.
Yeah, the 2004 Hollywood film Shall We Dance, which I watch all the time when Gladiator's not on. But there's a wedding speech in that.
Yeah.
And she has decided just to copy the speech from the movie. Have a listen to this.
In a marriage, you're promising to care about everything.
But when you find somebody to promise you to care about everything.
The good things, the bad things, the terrible things, the mundane things. All of it, all the time, every day.
The good, the bad, the beautiful, the bold, the sad, the mundane.
You're saying your life will not go unnoticed because I will notice it.
You say, I will see you every day. Your life will not go unnoticed because I will notice it.
Wow.
Your life will not go unwitnessed because I will be your witness.
Your life will not go unwitnessed because I will witness it.
Yeah, but no, I don't mind that. I say lyrics from songs to BJ all the time and
Yeah, but
pass them off as my own.
Do you?
Yeah.
Like what?
What are you going
So
with?
Romeo and Juliet from Dire Straits.
Yeah.
I say to BJ all the time, I can't do everything, but I'd do anything for you.
Isn't that Meatloaf?
Isn't that Bryan Adams?
No, it's not. It's Mark Knopfler and Dire Straits.
I love that song. I don't even remember that line. in
And
it.
I would do.
I can't do everything, but I'd do anything for you.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you can rip that off, and that's why she's allowed to do that. That's fine.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Fitz, you said to me when you found out that I was heading to see the Sky Blues on Saturday night that you wanted a full match report from me because I love the world game, mate. You know I love the round ball.
That's your first game you've been to, isn't it?
No, we flew to London together, mate, to go and watch to go and watch
We were
the
there for the
teams.
royal wedding,
Yeah.
and we were lucky to get tickets to go see Chelsea
We
play,
went to see
mate.
Chelsea, mate. Hotspurs.
Can I also say that before the game even finished, you wanted to get out of there? You'd had
Mate,
enough.
I love it. I think, do you know what? I think because I've got the European background, because my dad's from Switzerland, that's why I just love the World Game. Do you know what I mean?
What?
It's just that
Switzerland don't even have a good soccer
Yes,
team.
they do, mate. They played in the World Cup, thank you very much. But great to see the Sky Blues get up, mate, over the Adelaide United. 2-1 was the result. Fabio.
The Adelaide United.
Fabio Gomes, how good is he, mate? The Brazilian. Slotted his 9th for the season, so good to see him find the back of the net again.
Oh, my gosh. How did you get into the rooms afterwards? How did that happen?
Oh, mate, do you want the story about the rooms afterwards, or do you want an understanding of the game? I'm giving you a rundown. Lopez scored for Adelaide in the second half, which was good. But, for the Blues, just Jordan Courtney
Lefty
Perkins. Great striker, and Corey Holman. Oh, mate, what a night at Allianz it was. And that's 5 unbeaten wins against the
I hope
the
you
Adelaide
paid for your
United.
merchandise as well, and I hope you paid for all the stuff that you're wearing. Because if I found out that you got that for free, I would be a bit disappointed, because you need to support the Sky Blues.
You're going to die. You're going to die when
Why?
I tell you what happened. Like, it was just a social disaster. And
In what way?
I mean this. And I know that if you'd been there, you would have loved every second of this disaster.
Okay.
All right. So, you're right.
Someone kicked a ball into your head?
I don't know a lot. I don't know a lot about it. I don't know a lot about soccer. And I was upfront and honest, and everybody that I met there, I said, I've followed a bit of AFL, but I don't really follow soccer. But this is great, and kids love it, and we're learning together. So I had all the catchphrases down. Anyway, we were lucky enough to be invited into the rooms afterwards. We got out on the ground, got out on the pitch, but in the rooms, the boys were there, and they had their they had their Sydney FC shirts on and hats, and they wanted some signatures. I look around the rooms. There's only one bloke that I can recognise. Yeah. And we've had him on this show before because he saved a goal against Peru to get us into the World Cup. Andrew Redmayne.
Redmayne, yeah.
What a legend. Absolute legend. Everybody remembers the grey wiggle dancing on the spot.
Very distinct too. Yep. Has he still got his beard,
He's
or the
still
beard's
got his
gone?
beard.
Yeah.
He's still got his beard. Now, can I just also add, before this social disaster, that I'd had about 5 beers. They just kept turning up. I was sitting down in the seat trying to watch the game in the sunshine, and everyone went, "Hey, man, you want a beer, mate? You want a beer?" So the beers had been flowing. So seeing Andrew Redmayne there, I thought, I've got to get his signature. And I went over there. He's sitting there after the game, and he's got his shirt off. He's just in his undies. He's got a couple of guys sitting each side to him. I said, "Ted, Jack, boys, we're going to go meet Redmayne. He's the king." So I walked over, knowing that his name is Andrew Redmayne. I walked over, and I said, "Eddie, how are you, mate?"
Oh, my God.
Now,
who's the actor?
Eddie Redmayne, of course, from Les Mis.
Empty chairs and empty table where my friends will meet.
He won an Oscar for The Theory of Everything, didn't he?
I think he did. He did. And anyway, I don't know if Andrew Redmayne knew who I was, but there was 2 guys either side, and when I said, "Eddie, how are you, mate?" they just started giggling, and I thought they must have gone, "Oh, Whipper, he's a fun guy. How good's this guy?" Andrew Redmayne would have been thinking, "This guy is an absolute F-wit." So then I go, "Just, if you wouldn't mind, mate, some signatures for the boys," and so confident because I'd had a couple of beers. I was so confident with my Eddie on the way in that at the end I shook his hand again, and I went, "Great to catch up, Eddie." Oh, my friends, friends.
Empty chairs and empty table
But then I had a moment where I went,
where my friends.
you know when you go, something just doesn't feel right about this. So in the rooms I googled Redmayne, and I went, "Oh man." Lowered my sky blue cap and just wandered out the door.
Gave yourself a red card.
See you later.
Fits in Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.